a little woozy there, Commander.
Commander, medic's orders! Looking a little woozy there. Yeah.
Reckon I found something that might be useful later. Have a look, Commander. With a little elbow grease and some inadvisable engineering, reckon I can finagle these components. Who knows? Could come in handy. Just doing my part. But thanks for the vote of confidence, Commander. Let's keep on. I'll continue tinkering on this in the meantime, see what I can come up with.
You've made it through. Good. Now there should be 3 switches in this room. When pulled in the correct order, the doors should open. If I'm reading this right, the order is 1, 3, 2. But which switch corresponds to which number? Damn it.
Let me know when you need a distraction.
Lay low, Commander. Medic's orders.
Going out of sight.
Pick me up. I do it for you.
I'm the one you need to worry about. Over here.
Free hole in the head. Appreciate a little help, Commander.
Reckon I found something that might be useful later. Have a look, Commander. With a little elbow grease, who knows? Could come in handy. Just doing my part. But let's keep...
Made it through. Good. Now there should be 3 switches in this room. When pulled in the correct order, the door should open. If I'm reading this right, the order is 1, 3, 2. 2. But which switch corresponds to which number? Damn it. Why not? Damn it.
Get the work and I'll take care of him, Commander. Going out of sight.
Pick me up.
Inside for looking outside, Commander.
You've made it through. Good. Now there should be 3 switches in this room. When pulled in the correct order, the door should open. If I'm reading this right, the order is 1, 3, 2. But which switch corresponds to which number? Damn it. Why must the protector extract everything?
Let's see if we can suss out which...
Unknown. You've made it through. Good. Now there should be 3 switches in this room. When pulled in the correct order, the door should open. If I'm reading this right, the order is 1, 3, 2. But which switch corresponds to which number? Damn it. Why must first try? Well, I'll not lament a stroke of good fortune.
Does that seem a little off to you, Commander? I think he's starting to work. That business with the curator. I'm glad Zeb stood down, but it was close. Never seen him so eager for bloodletting before. I'll be damned if I go down the same path as DeVries. Some ideals are worth fighting to keep. Well, no use stewing.
By my grandmother, I cannot abide the time this research into the rifts is taking. It has been years, and yet I am still absent my wife and daughter. I
That
am
vault
still
door is quite the obstruction.
The researchers swear
there
it's
should
possible
be
to bring them back
code.
from the void. Perhaps those are only pretty lies intended to pacify me. But I trust Dr. Hurley to tell me the truth. I know the consul wishes me to give up this obsession and focus on the war effort, but why should I?
I'm certain I can diagnose
Am I
the
not
issue.
sovereign of Arcadia?
Now that you've cleared the way,
Should my
I'll come down and
desires
join you.
not take priority?
I might have something else that can get you into that vault, Commander.
More ambulation, less aspiration.
Yeah. Vitals looking a mighty...
Not now.
Remember those components I found? I was able to turn them into something halfway useful. Turns out you were right about trusting my instincts. You take the honors, Commander. I'll be right behind you.
Not I was hoping for a more subtle incursion, but no matter.
Am I running hot, or was that a hint of worry I heard in your voice back there?
Alas, I neglected to pack a thermometer. This cannot be right. There's nothing here save the designs for the skip drive.
Dear, I fear the long.
Not even initial concepts. 10 years in Arcadia and the matriarch invented...
Every step we take must honor the matriarch. I tell Henry this, but...
Nothing? And what's this about a deal with the Earth Directorate? We need to talk. Now.
Sorely misguided. Why close them when we can use them to Arcadia's benefit? It matters not what the Order thinks, what the Doubters say. The
I knew the Protectorate festered with lies, but I had no idea the Earth Directorate was complicit. Niles, did you know?
Slow up, Zeb. What are you talking about?
It says your agency struck an agreement with the Matriarch over a century ago. In exchange for skip drives, Arcadia was allowed to completely govern itself with absolutely no outside interference, including from the Earth Directorate.
Must be why the chief said we'd be on our own if we were caught. We were breaking the terms of this agreement. Unbelievable.
If this information is true, then the Earth Directorate permitted the Matriarch to create a colony filled with her vassals, enslaved to her will. Everything Arcadia is, all of the suffering that's taken place here, it all could have been avoided. Things could have been different. There's more. The skip drive schematics are here. How the explosive safeguards against tampering work. Its evolution over time. Our dear matriarch is a fraud. A cheat. She did not invent the skip drive. I thought I might find some technological innovation that could be handed to the Protectorate's enemies. But this is almost better. By releasing this information, we can thoroughly crush the image the Protectorate has been built upon. The Sovereign will be revealed as the unclothed emperor he is, and demolish Arcadia erstwhile. Giving the skip drive designs to the Protectorate's enemies will even the fight. Their technological prowess will be made into nothing. Everything will come apart.
Downsides like how the skip drives are causing rifts? Yeah, I say that's worth a fret. Not to mention how this agreement with the Protectorate will completely destroy the Earth Directorate's reputation.
I was not aware of such a connection between rifts and the skip drives. But I have confidence the Order will figure out a solution. Science is their theater, after all. As for the Earth Directorate, don't you see? This frees them from any obligation to the Protectorate. They'll be able to manufacture skip drives themselves. The deal will be voided.
It's worth holding the Earth Directorate's feet to the fire for this deal, but I don't think the entire organization should be judged by its worst decision. It's done a lot of good, too. Plus, making the skip drive tech available, that's like throwing a lit match into a fuel converter. Can't think of a worse idea right now.
Do you think the Protectorate stand around debating the potential for injury? No. They act, and so must we. Damn the consequences. And should I refuse to leave empty-handed? What then?
Whoa. Put the brakes on, Commander. I'm sure Zeb can be reasoned with. I know you're aiming to do the most good for the most amount of people, Zeb, but sowing chaos ain't the way.
Do you know how many of my friends died so we could reach this point? Audra and the others, tortured and hunted down like animals. And you would have me what? Give up now on the cusp of victory? Lay bare my throat for the Protectorate machine to cut? I am listening. Though I suppose I could stand to be a little more receptive. Out of respect for my friend, I will forestall the release of this information and seek another avenue to help liberate the people of Arcadia. I'll remain here for a while longer to cover our tracks. The Protectorate will discover the break-in, but hopefully never learn more specifics of what we did and found.
Guess this is goodbye.
Only for now. If we both come out of this war intact, I'll find you. If you wish to be found, of course.
I want to talk it over with the Commander, but yeah, maybe we can work something out. What is it?
Go. I'll be fine here.
Yeah.
There they are. These are the ruffians who threaten me.
Ready to waste them.
Slay
On
them
your
suffering
command.
fighters to live.
A little woozy there, Commander.
If I go unseen. Ready to waste them. On your command.
None of these.
Now you see.
Looking a little woozy there, Commander. Pick me up. I'd do it for you.
Knew you had my back.
A little pick-me-up for you.
Not exactly in fighting shape at the moment.
Camouflage, angry. Armed and ready. I'll end this fight on my feet.
Give the order and I'll take care of him, Commander. Don't mind me.
His steady eye above. No funny self-giver.
Appreciate a little help, Commander.
Their location ascertained.
Knew you had my back.
Was their trespass against us?
Guns cocked and loaded. Get the signal.
Zeb was right. Never should have let that curator go. We could have. Could have prevented this.
Better take a gander. And the Donny Brookin too.
Anyone else? Paramedic? Help me up first.
Breaking for cover.
Need some help first.
I'm the one you need to worry about. Hey, got a distraction for you. Not giving up without help, Commander.
Appreciate
Prescription filled. Time to earn my commission. Armed and
Don't even know where to start with everything that happened in there. At least we were able to talk Zeb out of his plan to release everything we uncovered. I'm all for sowing chaos in the Protectorate, but that kind of information is liable to do more harm than good in the wrong hands. I understand his desperation. What I don't understand is the Earth Directorate's part in Arcadia's existence. Ever agreeing to such a cruel bargain in the first place? I expect backroom dealing from unregulated corporations, not from the only agency keeping them in check. The Earth Directorate should be better than that. Permission to speak candid, Commander. Strange as it sounds, this whole experience with Zeb has helped me finally understand the position Augustine was in. Back at Horizon Point, ain't easy having to decide between your allies and protecting untold innocence. It's the damnedest thing. Augustine still owes a debt to us, and the rest of the galaxy. Maybe she pays it all someday, and maybe she doesn't. Either way, that's some shot. Reckon time will decide the heroes from villains in this tale, but it's gonna be hard to forgive the Earth Directorate for arranging the stage like this in the first place.
Better take a gander. Closer inspection.
Let me know when you get ready.
on your phone. Take it out, Commander. Medic's order. Ask for help, but help?
Better take a gander. Quick one's out.
On your commission.
Nobody should hit the broad side of a freighter. We're here. Three hole in the head.
in business.
Don't even know where to start with everything that happened in there. At least we were able to talk Zeb out of his plan and release everything we uncovered. I'm all for sowing chaos in the Protectorate. That kind of information is liable to do more harm than good in the wrong hands. I understand. I expect backroom dealing from unregulated corporations, not from the only agency keep permission to speak candid, Commander. Strange as it sounds, this whole ain't easy having to decide between your allies. Augustine still owes a debt to us. And reckon time will decide the heroes from villains in this tale, but it's gonna be hard to forgive the Earth Directorate for... Don't even know where to start with everything that happened in the... At least I'm all for sowing chaos in the Protectorate. I expect backroom dealing from permission to speak candid. Ain't easy having to decide between your allies and protecting untold. It's the damnedest thing. Augustine still owes a debt to us and the rest of the galaxy. Maybe that's some shoddy reckon time will decide the heroes from villains in this tale, but it's gonna be hard to forgive the Earth Directorate for arranging the stage like this in the first place. Defect from the Earth Directorate? You make it sound easy, but I just don't think I can walk away like that. Still, I can't rightly blame you for the sentiment. All said, I appreciate you giving me the space to work through this. Sort of feels like the future's opening back up after a long time closed. Likewise.
Even just a mention of Auntie seems to get your blood boiling, Navarro. Don't tell me you judge folks before you get to know them. Liquidate them! Recharging as fast as I can, Commander!
Don't mind me.
Anyone else here?
How are you still upright? Knew you had my... Give the order, and I'll take care of him, Commander.
Back in business.
Not walking this off. Stand me back up.
like we're about to have company of the unwanted kind. You've 5 seconds to make plain your intent before I let my boys here pitch some swill at you.
Commander, over here.
It's Fizzos, Fizzos, we love Fizzos, Fizzos, Spectrum Vodka. Live, love, laugh, purchase, and consume with Auntie's Choice. As your peerless leader, business
Trinicular, arriving any moment now. Approaching station. Client intake.
Sportsmanlike conduct. Always remember, commercialism is the foundation that Auntie's Choice Society is based upon. Not because we worship bits, but because of the system's glorious efficacy. While the Protectorate decide what its subjects get, we respond to what you want through your decisions as consumers. What's more, we skip the frivolously lengthy approval process. Our own
Trinicular, arriving any moment now. Approaching station. Head office tower.
and vastly rebettered it through artificial means as Auntie's Choice strive to be 100% wholly plus artificial. Artificiality
Enjoy an artificially enhanced existence through the conspicuous consumption of unavoidable embedded chemicals with Auntie's choice.
Welcome back. We understand you've been a very busy little manty-wasp. Well, out with it.
Yes, time is bits. Tell us how it went. Oh, you're looking for a performance review? Well, that's easy. You stopped the stoppage, completed your work. Our employees are back in the factory.
Yes, they are, and I applaud you for that. Though I had hoped you'd better represent our interests over theirs.
Well, I suppose I can't argue with the truth of that.
Anything else you'd like to report? Your performance at that facility went exceedingly well, all things considered, and it was an ideal first step in effecting my monopolistic mercantile methodology plan.
There you go again, pinning your career to that flim-flam mathematical malarkey. What do a bunch of eggheads know about marketing? Marketing isn't some rigmarole you can plug into a computronic doodad. It's instinct, intuition, know-how. It's a fucking art.
Yes, suppose we should move on. Ursula, will you do—
I'm the head of our proprietary Insight Acquisition Division. Stealing our rivals' trade secrets? That's our bread and butter. We can sometimes lack a certain subtlety, though. The Protectorate have a process called mental refreshment. Some kind of mind manipulation business. There's a facility for it on Praetor. And he wants details on their methodology, pharmacology, and technology. This archive plan says it's important. Fine. Auntie and I agree it presents possibilities. Attitude like that will take you far around here. A few aspirational goals, if possible. If you see a chance to talk their lead scientist into joining us, and/or dig up additional details about the process, do so.
Which is to say, we'll make it more worth your while. I promise you'll never want for compensation while in our employ.
See you when it's done. Don't let us keep it.
Good luck, Maya.
It's Ortiz. Look, I ain't got long. Neither for this message nor for life. I made a mistake. I signed up to get grafted, but it's gone wrong. Should have known when I got to the lab that something was off. It was a secret, they said. We couldn't tell no one. And now my blood's infected and I'm as good as dead. Law, I just wanted to be like you. Throw myself at the problem, wrestle it down. But I should have listened when they told me about how your graft hurt you. How it failed you. I should have reached out sooner. Maybe things would have been different. Please, find that lab on Cloister. It's in an ice cave, but I ain't sure where exactly. They hid it good. Whatever you're doing is.
Commander, I ain't sure what to make of Ortiz's message. He's dying. If it's as he says, I ain't got a choice. I gotta find that lab. Will you help me? Thank you, Commander. We keep our lamps lit. We ought to find the lab without much of a fuss. I hope.
Moment of your time, Commander. Remember that matter on Cloister I mentioned earlier? Well, since we're here and might be hard to believe, but 20 or so odd years ago, for many years now, a former colleague of mine's been in a remote spot called Reasons Pass. On account, hardly quite the... Her research was unconventional, surely. She was as well. I think with both, we could right things. Do appreciate... Conducive for cooling the archive, and unconducive for me feeling my fingers.
Receive your personalized order prediction yet?
Honestly, the ones who get in the field are lifesavers. I would have been dead 3 times over without mine.
Set my mind at ease.
Standing by to signify. Mitigating the threat. Taking the fight out of them. Adversary vulnerabilities identified.
It appears we've dealt with all of them.
Soldier, please assess your pain on a variable scale of 1 to 100, with 1 being entirely pain-free and 100 being the worst pain you can imagine.
There is far too much variability in that scale. The amount of pain I can imagine is hardly an objective measure of the maximum of my pain.
The Antis can't even direct their deployment of food drops properly.
supplies wandering across that bridge.
Investigating hostile intentions. Check your scopes for combatant analysis. You've suffered extensive damage, Commander. Strategically optimal. Question the structural integrity of that bridge. Proceeding to attack. Combatant scan. Pick me up. I'll do it for you. Vulnerabilities identified. Reviving me is strategically optimal. Thank you, dear. Do not refuse medical support. Thank you, dear. Target analyzed. Lay down fire. Fortificator at ready status. Rare to go. Have a fix on their weaknesses. Progress. Taking the... Target analyzed. Lay down fire.